speaker and to give us insight about the role of individual monitoring plan. She is presently enrolled at New Era University, taking a Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Leadership, a national writer of learning materials and teacher's guide in Filipino 9 and 10, our education program supervisor for Filipino and Mother Tongue Days. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a virtual applause to Mom Sheila C. Molina.
Okay. Ako muna?
Yes, ma'am. Take it away.
Okay. So, good morning everyone. Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Okay, first of all, I'd like to greet the our SDO leaders, Ma'am Nanette Lazaria, our SDS, Ma'am Flor D. Pereira, and Sir Medina, our ASDSS, and of course, our OIC Chief, Dr. Jocelyn M. Alinyag, to all our supervisors, and to our dear participants. Hello po, good morning. Okay, malinaw po bang naririnig ang aking boses?
Yes, Ma'am
Yes
Sheila.
po, ma'am.
Okay, so I hope everybody's fine, doing well. Okay, may energy pa to listen to all the speakers. Okay, let me share with you my slide. Okay, so I'm going to discuss with you this morning another template which is specifically prepared by Department of Education called Individual Monitoring Plan, which is stated at Memorandum DM. Okay, I cannot see my no. Okay. So I want you to look at the pictures. So we have two pictures here. The first one, as you can see, we have learners here who are very engaged, very active, and motivated to learn. But as we all know, not all our learners are like them. How about if we have a student who seems bored, no? They're very tired and not very motivated to learn. No? Parang kailangan pa talaga nila ng assistance. Okay. So what we're going to do? So the question now is, how are going to help the learners who find it difficult to find it difficult to keep up with the lesson and consequently fall below the learning expectations. So ano yung gagawin natin? So ang DepEd, yun nga, nag-design ng specific template to monitor our learners who are find it difficult not to cope up with the learning competencies. And so what is this individual monitoring plan? Okay, so it is a more specific tool which shall be used by teachers and learning facilitators for learners who lag behind, as shown by the results of their formative and summative assessments. Okay, so yung IMP, no, shortcut ng Individual Monitoring Plan, gagamitin po ng ating mga guro para doon sa mga estudyante natin na nagpapakita ng nahihirapan sila sa pag-aaral, hindi sila ganong makasagot talaga ng gusto sa ating self-learning modules. Okay, o kaya naman yun nga, konting hindi natin nakikitaan ng pag-unlad sa pag-aaral. So yung IMP po ay magsisilbing dokumento kung saan matapos po na mag-strategize ni teachers, no? Matapos niyang gumamit na iba't ibang pamamaraan, titingnan ngayon kung nagkaroon ba ng mastery, okay, nagkaroon ba ng konting pag-unlad o talagang at the end of the quarter ay wala pa ring improvement ang bata. Okay. So specifically, it shall be used to, ito po yung mga objectives niya. Okay. So it will serve as feedback data for learners who are provided with intervention strategies. So yung IMP po ay magsisilbing parang feedback mechanism, no? Ito yung sinasabi natin ni Ma'am Nanet, kailangan palakasin natin ang ating feedback mechanism para makita kung talagang natututo ang bata after na magawa, no, yung mga intervention strategies. Okay, second, it will provide a mechanism of support to learners who are lagging behind as manifested by the results of formative and summative assessments which may be gathered through their portfolio or collected samples of learning outputs. Okay, paano natin malalaman ngayon na talagang nabe-behind ang bata, na hindi talaga nakakaya, no, ang mga learning tasks ay binibigay? Kailangan po ay data-driven tayo. So gagamit po tayo ng yung formative assessment tulad ng mga nakalagay na dyan sa ating mga learning materials. Those are already a formative assessment. And then kung meron na tayong summative assessment at yung portfolio po, no? Portfolio. So ina-advise natin na lahat ng ating mga students ay may portfolio that will showcase their best, their outputs, lahat ng outputs nila, their written work or performance tasks. Okay, so next. Okay, so IMP also to make the parents, guardians aware of the academic progress of their children and encourage them to strengthen their involvement in guiding and supervising the learner of their children at home. So alam naman natin na sa ating blended learning modalities ngayon, talagang ang parents natin, ang mga learning facilitators, ang makakasama ng bata, no? So sa pamamagitan po ng data, no, ng IMP, talagang masasabi natin na kailangan i-encourage, no, ang participation ng ating mga parents, di ba? Okay, then next is to help decide on the effectiveness of the learning modality adapted for the learner and the possible modification, adjustment that should be provided to improve learners' performance. Okay, so sa magitan po ng individual monitoring plan, magsisilbi tool para makapag-decide makapag-decide ang teacher at yung mismong paaralan to make necessary adjustment, modification to the modalities being chosen. So maaring halimbawa nga po hindi effective talaga lang yung modular approach, no? Kumbaga ang learning ay talagang through the use lang of module. Kailangan din po talaga siguro na talagang haluan na ng blended, no? Online learning. So dito baka kailangan na talaga ng mga video lesson na ipapakita sa mga bata o iba pang mga pamamaraan. Okay. And then the last objective is to guide teachers in adjusting learning content and tasks based on the characteristics, cognitive ability, readiness, interest, and profile of the learner. So mga teachers, kailangan talaga kilala nyo inyong mga bata, no? For the first 2 weeks, for the first month, kailangan po makilala nyo yung kakayahanan ng mga bata, yung katangian nila, yung mga needs nila, yung kakayahan nilang mental, no, cognitive ability, yung kahandaan, okay, ano ba ang interest nila, okay, para makapag-adjust po kayo. So, kumbaga, meron nga tayong mga SLM at alam naman natin, very generic yan na ginawa, no? Parang, pero kailangan po talagang ipasok pa rin ang differentiated instruction, no? Kasi talagang very diverse. Iba-iba po talaga ang ating mga bata. Okay, now, this is the example of the template. Okay, so as you can see, it is individualized, no? Ilalagay nyo po talaga ang learner's name. Okay, pangalan ng bata, the grade level. Okay, anong learning area specifically? And then, ano ang kanyang mga learner's needs? The intervention strategies provided. Kailan, monitoring date, and then ano na ang learner status. Okay, I will discuss that one by one. So when we say learner's needs, no, it refers to the gap between the required knowledge, the skills, the attitudes described in the learning standards. So meron po talagang gap na dapat na solusyonan. Okay, it also tells us the current status of the learners as evidenced by the assessment results. And ngayon, kung may nakita na tayong gap, may current ano yung talagang lagay ng bata, we should use intervention strategies. Okay, these are the areas where the learners need help in the form of intervention to help them meet the required competencies. Okay, so the another part of the IMP is the intervention strategies itself. Okay. So the intervention strategies is a set of steps. No? It is the program to help learners improve at areas they struggle with. So ito na po talaga yung konkretong pamamaraan na gagamitin ni teacher para matulungan ang kanyang estudyante. No? So meron lang binigay dito na ilang strategies, but you can add or you can use your own strategies no? Kung ano tingin yung mas makakatulong. So, pwede tayo mag-extend ng time. Maybe yung 1 week talaga, hindi kaya ng bata, no? Na nasagutan yung lahat ng mga activities. So, give him more time, no? Okay, next, pwede rin mag-adjust the level of difficulty. So, ang mga teachers, kailangan po marami kayong bala. Marami kayo talagang mga tinatago diyang mga work. Kung di may tinatago, ay ihanda talaga ninyo, no? Mga worksheets, mga activity sheets, ito nga mga video lessons natin. Maaring hindi talaga para sa kanya yung inihanda nga module, kahit na average lang yung tinarget natin dyan. Okay, so the teacher should adjust the level of difficulty. Then provide guided activities. Baka naman hindi pa talaga niya kaya on his own. So why not mag-prepare muna tayo ng mga, ang tawag natin din sa Pilipino, pinatnubayang mga gawain. Okay, then more time with learning facilitator. Baka naman talagang ipinapakita na dahil nga kaunti ang yung encounter kay teacher once a week lang, kailangan talaga ng more time kasama ng kanyang parent or ng learning facilitators. And the last, we can give example of learning outputs. So yung mga nakikita ninyong mahusay ninyong estudyante, yung kanilang mga outputs, ipakita niyo yan bilang mga halimbawa, makatulong dito sa ating mga struggling learner. Okay, the next part is the monitoring date. So the monitoring date is the date when the teacher has evaluated the results. So ito na po yung panahon na kung natitignan na ni teacher kung naging epektibo ba yung ginamit niyang intervention strategies. So ito ginagawa after doing the intervention strategies. So how you're going to know, how you're going to assess your learners, kung nag-i-improve na ba sila. So titignan po ninyo ang portfolio na naglalaman niya ng mga written works, products, and performances evaluated using rubrics. Okay? And at isa pa po mabisa yung testimony of parents or the learning facilitators. So alam naman natin na talagang ang kanilang magulang, ang kanilang mga learning facilitators ang kasama sa bahay. So encourage natin ang ating mga parents na talagang magsabi ng totoo, to be honest, Ano ba talaga yung kakayahan ng bata? Ano ba yung napapansin nila? Ano ba yung saan ba nahihirapan ng bata? So para tayo nga makapagbigay ng intervention strategies. So the monitoring date is yun nga panahon na after na magawa yung intervention. And then now the learner status. So how well the students learn. Okay. So it determined after assessment of learning. And malalaman mo lang ang status after the completion of intervention strategies. Okay pa ba kayo? Para may nag-iingay na. Malapit na po matapos. Naorasan ko yung aking sarili. I am 12 minutes na. Okay. So, okay, magagawa lang tong learner status kapag na-complete na po ang intervention strategies. Okay, so ito yung pinaka ilalagay natin, kung ano na ba talaga yung status ng bata. Okay, significant progress, meaning did not meet expectation. So the grade here is low 75 and did not improve performance in the succeeding quarters. So yung binabanggit dito, yung natapos na isang quarter and the next quarter. Okay, then significant progress na siya. fairly satisfactory na. A learner is significantly improved in performance after provision of intervention strategies by meeting learning standard manifested by an increase in the assessment results. So meron ng increase sa mga assessment. Okay, so from did not make expectation to fairly satisfactory, ang grade na po ay 75 to 79 in the succeeding quarter.
Na naman siya ng pera
At
niya.
yung huli po, ang ating target, syempre, at the end, ang ating mga learner ay magkaroon na talaga ng mastery. Okay, it's either satisfactory or very satisfactory. Ang grade na po rito ay 80 to 84 or between 85 to 89. Okay, so ang important, the teachers, please take note of this. It should be noted that the individual learning monitoring plan is used only for learners who are not showing progress in meeting the required learning competencies. So, ibig po lamang sabihin, hindi lahat naman ng bata ay gagawa ninyo ng individualized IMP. Kung sino lang po yung identify ninyo na talagang may difficulty, no, struggling learner natin, makakatulong yung binigay kanina ni Ma'am Jen Mondoy, yung kanyang yung DLL format natin, makakatulong po yan sa reflection para makilala natin sino ba talaga yung mga batang dapat turuan. Okay? So, paano natin to ipapahatid sa ating mga magulang kung nakalagay po sa ating memorandum na kapag inaalaw na ang face-to-face, much better po talaga na magkaroon ng parent-teacher conference or home visitation. Pero for the meantime na hindi pa po inaalaw, you can communicate to your parents through phone calls, through text messages o iba pang mga platform. Okay, next. So ito lang, gumawa lang ako ng example, no, paano ninyo gagawin ang IMP. Okay, so sabi ko nga po, individualize ito, individual learner. So ano ang kanya pangalan, grade level. Okay, so for example, in Filipino 4, ang kanyang need ay the student cannot express himself in writing a paragraph, no? Kasi kadalasan po sa Filipino, meron tayong at the end of the module, may mga written output. So hindi talaga siya makabuo ng kanyang mga paragraph, no? So ano yung intervention strategy na binigay ni teacher? She might give example models to serve as reference. Okay, so bigay nga ng mga iba pang modelo na matutularan ng bata. Okay, so nilagay ko rito is, ano na to, third week, no? Third Monday, October 26. So kumbaga, after 2 weeks, nakita mo na mayroon ng difficulty ng bata. Okay, so the next linggo, bigyan mo na ng intervention. And then tingnan mo, okay, ngayon titingnan mo kung nagkaroon ba ng progress. So dito nilagay ko hindi pa, kasi hindi naman talaga din to basta-basta, no? So kailangan pa yan, marami pang guided activities yan. Okay, so for example in math, kung merong halimbawa rito, have difficulty in doing operations involving sets, so the teacher may provide more guided activities before proceeding to independent activities. No? At yung binanggit ni Ma'am kanina sa kanyang halimbawang lesson plan, the student have difficulty visualizing number, so the teacher may adjust the level of difficulty. And then another example, in Araling Panlipunan, most of our students have difficulty in analyzing data. No? Data. So nahirapan silang i-analyze yan. So the teacher may adjust level of difficulty or the content itself or the task itself. Okay, and then dyan makikita nyo ano na ba yung status niya. Siguro at the end ito ilalagay, at the end of the quarter, kung mayroon na bang, kung wala pa rin progress, no? Ibig sabihin, ituloy pa rin, kailangan pa rin niyang supplyan na iba pang mga intervention strategies. Kung may significant progress naman, continue lang with the learning plan. At kung na-reach ng mastery, ay much better. Okay, so, patapos na po tayo. Ayan, so it shouldn't matter how slowly some children learn as long as we are encouraging them not to stop. So talagang kailangan talagang maging pusher ngayon ng mga teacher, no? I-boost ang moral ng mga bata na kaya nila, no? Bigyan lang natin sila ng chance, bigyan lang ng maraming learning opportunities, they can make it. Okay, so mahirap naman po kung ang bawat subject teacher ay kakausapin si parents, no? Kasi usually naman kung mapapansin niyo, kung sino tong mga may learning difficulties in one subject area, usually hirap din yan sa iba pa, lalo na kung mahina pa talaga yan sa reading, kaya very basic po talaga ang reading. So yung subject teacher and the advisor should coordinate, mag-uusap po sila. And the subject teacher may submit yung template natin kay advisor. So si advisor na lang ang parang magsa-summarize niyan o mahina pala siya dito sa Filipino, sa English, ganun din sa math. Okay, sa-summarize niya. And then, okay, siya na yung magpaparating sa parents, no? Kung pwede na nga po ang parents conference meeting, kung hindi naman ay through online, ano pa rin po, communication. Okay, so sana malinaw po yan ha. And then yan na, last, when schools, families, and community group work together to support learning, children tend to be better in school, stay in school longer, and like school more. So meaning talagang the collaboration of parents, the community, the teachers, kami rin po sa SDO are very important to help our learners succeed. Okay? So, hindi pa rin posible kasi lahat naman po talaga ginagawa natin. No? At syempre, kasama rin ang inyong mga school principal. Okay, so that's all. Thank you. I'd like to thank Ma'am Diana Rose Angeles for the pictures of students. Okay, siya po ang nag-create. And then, based ito sa DMCI o Department Memorandum 2020 00162, and some of the slides were taken from the webinar on DepEd National Orientation for Educators. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ma'am Sheila, for sharing your expertise about the topic.